Who in their right mind would trade California's endless sunshine for Oregon's perpetually gray winters? Well, if you're watching this video, it's probably because you're thinking of doing exactly that. So let's talk about the 7 tips that you need to know about relocating from California to Oregon. And I'm a local real estate broker here in Salem who specializes in relocations. Just like you, I relocated to Salem and now I get to make videos all about this amazing city for you, my future clients. If you want to work with us in the home buying process, go down to the description of this video where you're going to find all of our contact information. Reach out so that we can help you. I am going to give you the top 7 tips about moving from California to Oregon. These tips will ensure that your expectations are set and will help give you a better perspective of what the city of Salem actually has to offer you. The last tip on this list is by far the one that everyone was telling me I absolutely have to tell you guys about. Now, all of these tips have come directly from my YouTube clients who have relocated from California, so rest assured you're probably going to be finding these tips to be very useful in your own relocation process. Tip number 1 is about your car and home insurance. My clients who relocated from California all had a variety of answers when I asked them about their car and home insurance when they were in California, and while those numbers fluctuated, the general consensus was that things like your car registration and your car insurance and your home insurance, those were all about half of the cost here in Salem, Oregon as they are in California. Mind you, my clients who are coming and relocating from California are typically coming from higher cost of living cities in California. Generally speaking, there are just so many factors that play into this first point specifically, but just remember that you are going to be paying around maybe half to 3/4 of what you pay in home insurance and auto and car registration in California as you do in Oregon. The next thing that you need to know is all about taxes. We don't have a sales tax. We have about a 1%-ish property tax, and just like California, we also have an income tax. So let's break all of that tax situation down and talk about sales tax first. We don't have a sales tax here in Oregon, so we don't have it for goods and services. We don't have it for physical products. So anything that you see with a price tag in the grocery store, that is what you're going to be paying when you go to the register. Property taxes, generally speaking, property taxes here in Salem, Oregon hover around 1-ish%. Now, depending on the home in question, that number can change and it really does depend based on the county that you're purchasing in. But for the purposes of this video, just remember that your property taxes are going to be around 1-ish%. When you do find a house that you are interested in purchasing here in Salem, I can look at the previous tax records and give you an idea of what the previous owner paid for their taxes the previous year. So this is a discussion we can have on a case-by-case situation. The next tax tip is around income tax. So here in Oregon, we have a tax bracket, an income tax bracket that ranges from 5-ish to 9-ish%, depending on the level of income that you make. So it's going to be very specific to you and your set income. Talk to your CPA. This is just supposed to give you a high-level generalization about the broader scope of how California taxes and Oregon taxes are handled. Nobody likes to talk about taxes. I don't expect that you're going to remember anything about the taxes here, but when you've made the decision that you are purchasing a home and moving here to Salem, schedule your one-on-one consultation with me so that we can establish a relocation plan and I can give you all of the previous tax records of any home that you could ever want once we start touring houses. Okay, we can get into the nitty-gritty then. Also, I just have to say, I've been having so much fun with California clients who are like, oh, I hate the sun. They don't say that, but they say that they really love the rain and the cozy vibes, and that just makes me so happy. So thanks, California clients. The next thing that you, my California queens and kings, need to know is that when you relocate from California, you are probably going to have certain ideas that Oregonians don't like Californians, and we are going to tell you. I can't say for certain that nobody is going to be upset that you moved from California to Oregon, but I can tell you that while you are working with me, you better believe that I am going to welcome you with open arms to relocate from California to Oregon, because I think that as a local Oregonian who is born and raised here, I have the ability to just say, yes, you are welcomed. Sure, you're going to find curmudgeoned people who are a little bit disgruntled at the fact that you're from California, but I think you're going to find that the majority of people here in Salem, we're going to welcome you with open arms. If you're finding value in this video, give it a thumbs up and go down to the comments and tell me what you are worried about most in your relocation from California to Oregon. The next thing that you, my Californian friend, need to know is that when you are ready to buy a home here in Salem, you call us. I am just going to be so straightforward about it because I want you to call us. We want to help you relocate here to Salem, and I totally get how stressful and overwhelming the relocation process can be, and that's why I started this whole entire YouTube channel. I didn't have the right relocation resources when I relocated to Salem, and now I get to be that relocation resource for you. I get where you've been. I've been there myself, and I want you to, first of all, use me in the home buying process because I'm a fucking great agent, but also go through all of my videos, watch everything that I've made. The videos that I make are all of the information that I wish I had when I was relocating. So I'm kind of paying it forward. Take it and run with it. Personal spiel over. The next thing that you need to be aware of is that cops are a lot more strict about the speed limit here, and the speed limits are much lower here in Salem than they are in California. This is a funny one that my clients from California told me about time and time again. I wasn't ever talking about it, but then I realized that, yeah, we have strict popos here in Salem and the speed limits are super low. And according to my California clients, there are more cops who are sitting and waiting here on the Oregon highway than you are going to find anywhere in California. Generally speaking, the speed limit here is 65 on the freeways, and most roads here in Salem are between 25 to 45 miles per hour. On top of being slow drivers, I personally would also say that Oregonians are just terrible drivers. So bring your patience when you start driving here in Oregon. We're slow, we give you a lot of tickets, and we're really bad at driving. The next thing that you need to be aware of when you are coming from California to Salem, Oregon is the fact that we have a lot of rain. If you have the ability to visit Salem before you actually purchase a home here using me as your agent, yeah, I would recommend that you come between November to about February. These are going to be our most depressing and gloomy months, and you need to get a taste of what the weather is like here during the toughest time of the year. We are not a state that has a lot of sun, but instead we do have a lot of rain. And if you're not used to that rain and you're not used to dark skies, it can shock you. In the wintertime, the sun sets on the shortest day of the year at 4:30 p.m. I'll say that again, 4:30 p.m. is when the sun goes down on the shortest day of the year here. It's ridiculous. Part of the reason is because we have daylight savings times, which just took place, and I am going to walk out of my office today and it's going to be dark as fuck. So keep in mind that we do have sun seasons in addition to actual weather seasons like the fall and the winter and the summer and the springtime. So expect that the winter is going to be cold and dark and slightly depressing. I'm going to say that this is kind of just like an Oregon thing in general. Yes, we are friendly, but we don't want to be your friends. But I've also found that Salem is more cliquey than Portland, which is where I relocated from. And I think it's because Salem is cliquey because everyone grew up here. Everyone knows each other. And coming in from the outside as somebody who is relocated, I saw this firsthand. It took me a very long time to actually get ingrained and entrenched and find my tribe of people here in Salem. And I hear it time and time again from my clients who are relocating from literally anywhere else but Salem. They have a hard time connecting with people here. I just want to say, don't be dissuaded by the friendly yet people who don't want to be your friends here in Salem. You have your first friend in Salem right here. And I promise that over time, you will find your tribe of people here in Salem. If a Portland weirdo like me can fit in here in Salem, you, my friend, can too. So just know that on the outside, we are a little bit grumpy, and it's probably because of all the rain and gray here. But Salem is filled with so many sweet, kind people. If you liked this video, you are going to want to watch this one next. Bye, friends.